Incremental greetings. Let's continue the Supermemo course, the Pleasurable expansion. Now it's time to tackle the value of tasks. You have this setting, this property, value, and time. Time is easy, minutes, hours, whatever you may want to measure. But what about value? How can I assess or set a value in a task? Let's dig into that. Then how you assess value, that's the hard part. Usually, I think in the Supermemo documentation is like this, is how much money you will pay. If I will pay someone to do this task, I could do it myself. Let's say I don't have time and I delegate this task. How much I'm going to pay for that task? That's the value. For instance, I tried more or less to do this with my own videos in YouTube. So that's actually the video I'm shooting right now. This is inside one single video in YouTube, by the way. That's all of the videos I did. Nice. Here I have one example. Value 94%. I treat this as almost percent. I follow a different approach here. So for me, this is acting like a percentage. For the tasks about keep in mind I use Notion, but I could be using Supermemo for that. But for me, it's too much friction. I have a different flow. For tasks that are for videos, for this channel, I use a percentage. How many people I think they will be interested? 94%. Super heuristically. It's like a wild estimation. And then the time it will take me to do the video, more or less the entire thing. In this case, it's very clear for me. It was just the article, so it was very easy. I don't even have notes. Hot task, oh wow. But some videos require a lot of prep work. Then shooting that video, recording the video, editing the video, create the description if I do it, or the thumbnail and so on. So absolutely everything. And based on that, it calculates a priority. I know it's a course for Supermemo, but I want to emphasize this, how it works. And I don't have genuine examples in my collection. So it will be value divided over time. In this case, it's very low because I use the time in minutes. Now, if I go to Supermemo and I create a task for this, do you remember the key binding? Alt F1. Let's do that. Alt F1. So value 94 and time 60. Nice. And this will be do the video about SM why it's not popular. Okay. So I could use incrementalism, and here I could do an incremental brainstorming. Oh, it's this, it's that, and so on, which is cool. But this lacks so much in time that it's not practical. Then, yes, I can filter the... if I do this for every single video, regardless of where they are in the knowledge tree, I can get them. We will know in the next video how we can do that. But going back on track, it's the same, 1.5. So, with Supermemo, I won't get alerted. Unless I use Supermemo every single time, I take care of that. There's no way I can get a push notification on the phone, like in Notion, if I have a deadline approaching, or whatever. Or I can sync with Google Chrome, with Google Calendar, or any other calendar you may want to use. With Supermemo, there's a pattern that, okay, it's a good feature, but is implemented in a crude way, in a super rudimentary way, that defeats the purpose, at least in today's standard. If it was 1995, 1998, okay, it is what it is. I don't even have internet in my computer, right? So, why do I want to sync with an online calendar if I don't have internet? I think even predates Google Calendar, even. That's why I don't use it. But feel free to use it if you want, and to experiment on that. You can have task lists and the position. That's because if you have multiple, you can keep track of their position. Again, regardless of the place on the knowledge tree, but the place on the task list. So you could see the higher priority, the second priority as a task, not as an element. We will cover priorities later. Then you can do half time. Let's say today it's September 1st. Let's say it's next week. Then how you cancel that? You cannot put 0. By definition, it's the next day. And then the deadline function, describing the changes of the value before and after the deadline. So after the deadline, the values will increase and decrease. So you can manage the task management, basically. It's one of the features that I didn't master it fully. I don't have the genuine experience of 4 years using this. So this is limitation, what the value I can provide to you. At least my genuine experience and my genuine recommendation is that please don't use it. Or if you want, like I did for actually a couple of years, is just to make tasks that relate to Supermemo collection, so that their usage, existence, is here specifically. Like, hey, I want to clean my concepts. I have way too many concepts. I want to get rid of the ones that are almost unused. Or I want to rearrange the knowledge tree or whatever. A task that you may want to do in Supermemo, feel free to actually use it like this. But other than that, the pleasurable recommendation is not to use it at all. Use a modern software as a task management. I use Notion. There are so many you can use. Feel free to choose any of those. That's everything for now. See you in the next video.